Good morning, children. So, children, what we were discussing the chapter of civics, that was marginalization and social justice. So, we have discussed about the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes, right? Now, today we will discuss about the minorities. So, let's start our discussion, that is minorities. So, our constitution does not define the word minority in detail. It only talks of religious and linguistic minorities. As per the Census of India 2011, the minorities from 20.2% of Indian population, five religious community have been identified and declared as minority communities by the Union government. These are Muslim, Sikh, Parsis, Christian and Buddhist. So, children, what do you mean by minority? Minority means a small group that is been opposed to a majority. Clear? That is a group in a society distinguished from one less dominant than more numbers of majority people. Clear? That is a minority. And in our constitution, especially regarding minority, it is talked about the religious minority group and about the linguistic minority group. Linguistic means based on the language. Clear? Now, if you see the census of our India of 2011, the minority formed 20.2% of Indian population. That means how much population of the minority was there? 20.2%. So, for that, our constitution has guaranteed some special right to the minority group. So, some step or some rights was been given to the minority group. So, what are those rights given by our constitution? Let us see about it. Okay, so under Article 29(1), it has stated that all citizens have the right to conserve their distinct language, scripts, or culture. What does it mean? It means that the constitution has given the right to all the individual citizens to conserve, to protect their distinct language, script, or culture. Clear? That means they have got right to safeguard their own language, own cultures. They are not being forced or bound to follow the other culture or bound to follow to speak the other language. Clear? Under Article 29(2) state that no citizen can be denied admission to any government or government-aided educational institution on the basis of religion, race, caste, or language. That means to get admission in any government or government aided educational institution on the ground of the basis of religious, race, caste, or language, they could not be denied. No discrimination can be done. Other article, that is Article 30, it states that all religious and linguistic minorities can establish and administer educational institution of their choice. That means all the religious, might be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, whoever, linguistic minority, Hindi speaking, Bengali speaking, whatever language speaking minority group can establish and administer their own education institution. They can establish of their own choice. And Article 350A, it has stated that the state shall make provisions for the facility to impart instruction in the mother tongue at primary stage. So at the primary stage, what the constitution has done for development, it has given facility to take up their own mother tongue. They can take their own mother tongue for learning. Clear? Now Article 350B states that the state shall make provisions for a special officer for linguistic minorities. Why? As a special officer to look after the language minority group on the state. That means whatever rights, whatever was right was been given to the minority section, was it been implemented? Everyone is getting their right. Indiscrimination is done or not? To supervise all that, special officer for the linguistic minority has been made by our constitution. Clear? So India has culture, linguistic, religious and racial diversities. That is, in India we have different culture, different language speaking people are there, many different religions is there, and racial discrimination is there. So this all we can see in India. So therefore these provisions in the constitution, as we have got diversity, we have got different language, culture, regions in our country. So for this, to safeguard these provinces, our constitution, what its aim to achieve communal harmony. So communal harmony, national integrity and uniform development, that is the aim of our constitution. That means people of different religion, caste, creed, sex or different background could live together in the society with love and peace among them. That is the communal harmony. That is the constitution has aimed to achieve this. Clear? That means communal harmony strives to create goodwill. Clear? That is our constitution try to create goodwill among the people. Second is the national integrity. So it means being honest to ourselves and help in keeping stability of our country. That is the aim of our constitution. Uniform development, it means the same. That means everyone should be seen in equally. No discrimination should be done. That means development. But I am development for the upliftment of the Hindu. If our government is doing for same thing for the Muslim sect or for the Sikh, also same thing will be done. That means everyone is same out here. Clear about the minorities? Now we have other marginalized group. So apart from the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes and the minority group, we have got other marginalized group, that was women and children also belong to the marginalized section of the society. Clear? So let us read about them. So let us know about them. First of all, we have women. That is, in India, women have been subjected to atrocities. That means unpleasant activity was been or physical violence against the woman is we could see, we could hear, right? So like domestic violence, gender discrimination is there. However, scholars believe that during the early Vedic times, women enjoyed equal status with men. So in the early Vedic time, it was the scholar, they have stated that women, they used to enjoy the equal status as the men. That means what the rights men were got, the women also have got the same right. So they received education and participate in public life. They could own property. Widow could also remarry. So this was been practiced early. Now gradually the status of women began to deteriorate as the women, they were getting education, they were getting to get part in the public life, to speak in the public, they were getting the rights in the further property. After the death of the husband, widow was got right to remarry. So gradually the status of women has gone down. So restriction was been placed on their movement and ownership of property. Now evil custom like sati and devdasi system was adopted. I hope you all know what is sati pratha. So women were denied access to education. Women were not given rights to go to school and were considered a burden to their family. Now, effort was made. So, as gradually the status of the woman has gone down. So, what we can see out there is that they were not getting right to go get education. They were not getting any right in their further property. Evil custom like sati pratha, devdasi system was been adopted. And for them, effort was being made to improve the status of women during the pre-independent era. So effort for that was been made. So for that, there was many social reformer like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Jyotibai Phule and Sister Nivedita. They tried a lot and they have even implemented a lot effort to improve the condition of women. Now what was the step taken for the upliftment of women? Let us see. That is, the custom of polygamy was made illegal amongst the Hindu by the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955. So polygamy means the man was got right to having more than one wife. That was polygamy. And this system was made illegal by the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955. If the man want to get married to the other woman, first of all he has to get divorced with the first woman, his first wife, then only he could get right to marry with the second. Now law was passed to grant daughter the same right of inheritance as son. That law has been also passed that if how much property of his father the son is getting, the same equal half the daughter will also get. That means daughter also have got the right in the property. Now the practice of taking dowry was prohibited. Dowry, the age which we call, was been stopped. If anyone was found of taking dowry or giving dowry, was been punished. Now schools were opened for girls and attempts were made to give them the same opportunity as boys. Now girls' school was also been opened where the facility was being given to the girls also. So they have got the same opportunity as those of the boys. Now Article 15(3) direct the state to make special promises for women and children. So under Article 15, special provisions for women and children was been made. So under the directive principle of state policy, many directives have been laid down for the welfare of women. So let us see some of the policy of the directive principle. That is Article 39A. It states that both men and women have the right to adequate means of livelihood. That means both men and women have got the right to adequate the means of livelihood. Means there will be no discrimination among men and women. Article 39D state that both men and women shall get equal pay for equal work. That means earlier what we can see that for if there is a labor is there, a man is there and woman is there, men used to get suppose 200 and women used to get 100. So payment was also different. So right now Article 39D what state that both men and women will get equal pay for equal work. Clear? Article 42 state that the state shall make provisions for just and human condition of work and for maternity relief. That means the working condition will be made far more better as compared to the earlier. Clear? And maternity leave means for the woman. After they have given birth to a child, that means they will also give the maternity leave to the woman on the leave of pay leave, we can say. Clear? Now, Article 243D lay down that in every panchayat, not less than 1/3 of the seat shall be reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe women. That means in the panchayat, 1/3 of the seat is already been reserved on the basis of Article 243D. That for whom? For the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes women. Article 243D, that is number 4, lays down that not less than 1/3 of the total number of office of the chairperson in the panchayat at each level shall be reserved for women. Clear? That means out here also 1/3 of the total number of offices of the chairperson in the panchayat will be reserved for whom? For women. Clear? Understood about women? Now, after women, what was the other marginalized group? That was the children. Now, children form a very important section of our population. They are the future of our country. We can say the future generations. So, hence, it is important that they receive proper care, isn't it? Now, children are our upcoming generation, so they should be very healthy. They should got education. They should be literate. They should know what is good and bad. So, unfortunately, only a small percentage of children receive proper care. A large number of them suffer from starvation and diseases. That is, only if there is 100 children, that means 10% used to get the proper care. 90% are suffering from starvation. They are not getting proper food to eat. And they are even suffering from diseases as they live in unhygienic condition and do not go to school also. They are illiterate. So they have to work for long hours and at low wages to supplement their family income. That means to support their family, the children also have to work. They have to earn to support their family. That is, child labor is being practiced. So for that, our government has taken step. That is, Constitution has taken step for the upliftment. What are those steps? So our Constitution prohibits employment of children. That means under the Child Labor Prohibitions and Regulation Act of 2006. Employment of children in any occupation below 14 years is prohibited. That means if it is found that a children is being made to work under the age of 14, the one who has given the job or is making that child to work, that person would be offended, means will be put on back of the bar. Now, government schools have been set up to provide free educations. In this school, midday meal are provided to the student. That means government aided school is there, isn't it? Anganwadi and all free education for the children is been provided. Midday meal is also been given to the children so that they should be healthy. Health care, that is health center, have been set up in rural area to give free immunizations to infant. That means healthcare center has also been set up in a particular rural area, in the village area, so that they could give the infant a particular immunity. Clear? The rights of children have been recognized by the United Nations Conventions on the Right of the Child. The United Nations agencies like the UNICEF and the UNESCO work for the betterment of children all over the world. Our government has launched an integrated child development scheme to improve the condition of the children in India. Now, next, social inequalities and economic status. Now, people who belong to the deprived section of the society have faced both social and economic discrimination. That is social inequality in the society. People are not being treated equally, and economic status also. That means if I am rich, I will be at topmost position in the society. If I am poor, I will be at the bottom. That means at the lower post in the society. Clear? That means people are not going to treat me well. For example, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe were forced to follow hereditary occupation and had no access to education. Hence, it was difficult for them to break free from the vicious cycle of poverty. That means already now beginning only I have said you that scheduled caste and scheduled tribe children were forced to follow the hereditary occupation. That means, and even they are not getting the proper education facility was not given to them. If the father is the sweeper, that means the children also have to follow the same profession. That means after when he will grow up, he also will become a sweeper. So wealth remained in the hand of few upper caste people. Only few people, they used to be very rich, they took full advantage of it and exploit the lower caste people. Those who are very rich people, they always used to exploit the poor, isn't it? After independence, every effort was made for the upliftment of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, though through reservations and concessions. That means after the independence, what we see that for the upliftment of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and a minority group also, government has taken a step through reservation and concession process for the upliftment. Now regarding reservations, since the framing of our constitution, special provisions have been made for the welfare of the deprived section of the society. A certain percentage of seats kept exclusively by the government in various government job and education institutions for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes is called reservation. Who are called reservation? Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. They were comes under the reservation, means particular percentage of seat is been reserved in the government job, in the government aided institution for them. So in 1953, the Kaka Kelkar Commission classified 2003 and 99 castes in India as backward. The Mandal Commission was set up in 1979 under the chairmanship of B.P. Mandal to examine why this Mandal Commission was set up. To examine the issue of reservation and quota for the upliftment of the backward classes other than the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. The commission recommended 27% reservation for the other backward classes. So, when was Mandal Commission set up? In 1979 under the chairmanship of B.P. Mandal. Clear? And what was his purpose? His purpose was to examine the reservation and quota for the upliftment of the, to see that particular reservation was been done or not, was been given for the upliftment of the backward classes. and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe also. Clear? And the commission has recommended, the Mandal Commission, that 27% of reservation should be given or should be done for the other backward classes. Clear? So children, out here we completed our chapter, that is marginalization and social justice. So go through your textbook each and every line, because for each and every line you will get the objective question answer. Clear? So for that you need to go through your textbook thoroughly. So we have completed our syllabus for your final exam. So just go through your book, prepare well for the exam. Okay, thank you.